Justin, go ahead.
Fred, another uninspiring start. Just how frustrating is it becoming, or has it been, that it's just a habit these guys can't shake out of?
Yeah, it's incredibly frustrating. I look at this trip. We are incredibly lucky to come out with a split. We played 15 minutes of good basketball on this trip, and you can't do that and expect to win games in this league, especially when you're on the road. The keys against Penn State are taking care of the basketball. They're going to get up, they're going to pressure you, and I think 5 or 6 first possessions we turn the ball over, and they capitalize on it. That's what they do, pick sixes, and then when they did miss, which wasn't very often, we couldn't finish off the possession, which was exactly what happened in the first half against Northwestern the other night. So yeah, it's incredibly disappointing, and we got to find a way to fix it. We got to find a way to reverse it. If not, it's not going to be a very fun last 5 games. The good thing is we're playing for something right now. We still have our goals in front of us. If we can reverse this, we still have an opportunity to achieve what we set out to, but we got to fix it in a hurry. And as I told them in the locker room, we got some soul searching to do. Everybody's got to look themselves in the mirror. It starts with me. I got to figure out a group that's going to go out there and compete. That's what this thing's all about. You can go through every play in their playbook. If you don't come out and compete, you got no chance in this league. And give Penn State credit. They came out ready to play. We did not, and we just can't expect to turn it on. And, we are still fighting for something. So we got to go back, get right. We got an off day tomorrow, and we need 2 great days of prep heading in to play the number 1 team in our league.
Coach, what was it about Penn State's defensive pressure and specifically their press that got you guys out of sorts?
Well, we just kept dribbling into a crowd. It was mindless, and then we tried to skip pass over the top, and we got a simple one to make right in the middle, and that's where it starts. 5 out of the first 6 possessions, and I think you dig yourself a 14-2 hole. You get down 20. You know how much energy it takes to dig yourself out of that. That's what happened the other day against Northwestern. And again, I gave our guys a lot of credit for finding a way to get that win after a disappointing start. But again, you can't. You're living so dangerously when you dig yourself that kind of hole, because the energy that it takes. We never got it. We just didn't have it tonight. It's disappointing, but there's nothing we can do about it now. We got to flush it. We got to move on, and we got to get ready for Michigan.
Fred, you had 2 quick fouls on your big guy, and then you were obviously missing another big. How much of a challenge was that, especially against a guy like Niederhauser, who's playing pretty well?
Yeah, I mean, certainly that was a factor, but, it's next man up mentality. And I think you see what Andrew, he was pretty darn efficient. We wanted to get the ball in the pocket. We knew they were going to be aggressive in their pick and roll. When we did get it in there, good things happened, whether it was Andrew finishing, I think he was 8 for 8 tonight, or spraying it out to one of the shooters. But, that was a factor. And Burke's making progress. He's had a good on-court workout today. He won't do anything live, most likely until Sunday. So he's going to be a question for our game on Monday. But, we need to be fully loaded, hopefully, in this last stretch. If it's not next game, then hopefully have him for the last 4, because we miss him. Burke, he covers up for a lot. He's one of our better defenders. He is our best defender when you look at it from an analytics standpoint. And he's our best rebounder, so we miss him out on the floor right now. But yes, to answer the question, it did not help that Andrew picked up those 2 quick ones and then got a third shortly there in the second half.
Fred, going back to that Michigan State game at the beginning of the Big Ten season, you had a performance like this, and were able to take 3 or 4 days, or however long it was, and come back and win against Indiana in a big spot. What do you guys have to do to utilize the next couple of days to do something similar?
We've got to compete, Justin. Again, that's what it's all about. When we compete, we're pretty good. When we don't, this is what happens to our team. And again, I'm not taking anything away from Penn State. They've had a year. They've had 8 games. They've lost 6 points or less. This is a good basketball team. This is a great league. Top to bottom, it's the best league in the country. And, I think Mike has done a phenomenal job keeping these guys going. For us, they had it today. We didn't. We didn't have it at Michigan State. We found a way to reverse it and get it back against Indiana. And that's what has to happen here these next couple days, again, against the number 1 team in our league. So, you guys got to be ready for a tough film session on Friday and 2 very physical, tough practices to get ourselves ready for this next one.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.